faith. This is Family Connect, and today we want to address intimacy. And to help me with this topic, I have one of my, let me say, she's a friend to me now, and her name is Dr. Kathy Chris. Welcome to the show.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for making the time for us.
I appreciate.
Dr. Kathy is, I want to give you a brief introduction of who she is, because you really want to stay tuned to this show to hear what she has to say. So Dr. Kathy Chris is a woman of faith, empowerment, and leadership, impacting lives through multiple roles. She's the founder of Horest International Ministries and CEO of Matters of the Heart Solutions, where she provides guidance on relationships and marital challenges. She also leads the Restored African Woman Center in South Africa, empowering women, and serves as the director of Kenya Satellite Campus of Spread the Word Bible College. That's right, yeah?
Yes.
Nurturing future spiritual leaders. Through Living and Loving Life, L, she mentors youth and teens, instilling faith-based values. She's a dynamic preacher, teacher, and a life coach. Dr. Chris is a sought-after conference speaker and respected relationship expert. With a background in theology, counseling, and education, she previously served as senior lecturer at Archbishop Benson Idahosa Bible College. Wow. I'd love to know how you got there.
It's another
story.
day.
Okay. So her academic credentials include a PhD in Bible studies and multiple master's degrees, reflecting her deep commitment to faith, relationships, and human psychology. Wow. Welcome.
Thank you.
So, as you've heard, she's the right person to help me address this topic today. So, I want us to start.
Okay.
So, we've said we want to address intimacy.
Yeah.
And I feel like it's the reason most marriages are struggling. It's the one thing that's missing in most relationships. And I know sometimes when you talk about intimacy, people directly, their mind switch to sex, which is not necessarily the case. That's not what intimacy is, or in its entirety. So I want you to start by telling us, how do you define intimacy in marriage?
Okay, first, thank you so much. I appreciate. I'd like to start by defining the word intimacy, and it simply means showing a close union or a combination of particles or elements.
Okay. Combined union.
A close union a combination of elements. Yeah. So that is what we should have in mind when you're talking of intimacy.
Yes.
But now when we come to intimacy in marriage, it encompasses, it's all about spiritual, emotional, intellectual, and physical connection between a couple.
Yeah. So physical is just one aspect.
It's just one aspect.
So we have three other aspects.
Yes. Physical, emotional, spiritual, and intellectual. That's the connection between couples. You understand?
Yeah.
And when that is in place, Faith, there comes a deep closeness. There comes vulnerability between them, and there also comes about an openness.
Okay.
You're able to be open. Why? Because you have these levels where you are connected. But you see, in marriages, most times, there is a disconnect.
A huge one.
Either there is an emotional disconnect, there is an intellectual disconnect. Like, please allow me to say, when somebody who is a university graduate marries somebody who has not gone to school, please, the intellectual connection is not there completely.
It's missing.
With all due respect, I don't mean to say that those who have not gone to school don't make good spouses, but I'm talking of the intellectual level. Unless that person has also self-developed themselves, there will be a disconnect. Yeah.
So in a marriage, we need, and is it possible to have all the four in one partner?
Yes, it is. But it's work.
It's a lot of work.
Because guess what? If you want your marriage to work, these are things you have to work on. And it begins even before the marriage. When we are dating, when we meet, when we are courting, these connections start. We start from the emotional level.
Yes.
How are we connecting? How are we able to share? Or anyway, I'm jumping the cut, but yes, it can be there, and it should be there.
It should be there.
Because the couple need to work for it to be there. Yes.
So now we have, I'd like us to start with the emotional intimacy.
Okay.
How do I cultivate, like you'll have couples, like I feel like the reason why most couples are struggling is that they lack that emotional connection.
Yeah.
And it's coming about because also there's no intellectual connection.
Yeah.
We are not connecting at the intellectual level, meaning our conversations, you're speaking one thing, I'm understanding something else altogether. So many couples are struggling with emotional intimacy.
Emotional intimacy.
So how can I build, for example, if that's what's lacking in my marriage, what would you advise a couple to do to build emotional intimacy?
So to be able to build emotional intimacy, first and foremost, there has to be open communication. As you rightfully said, how do they communicate? Are we open? Am I talking in a way that I'm being heard and understood? And is my spouse willing to listen, active listening? You know, sometimes, as you will definitely testify, you are talking to your spouse, they're on their phone.
Yes, browsing.
That is not communication. Okay?
It's not.
So you see, that's the first breakdown. When we don't have open communication, when we are not able to speak and be heard, feel heard.
Yeah.
Because I can be speaking to you and I don't feel like you're hearing me.
Very true. You can be looking at me, like now the way we are talking, I can be looking at you, but you can tell this person can't get what I'm saying.
Exactly.
I'm not being heard.
You're not being heard. So there has to be that open communication in order to build the emotional intimacy. And there has to be active listening. There's open communication, active listening.
So help me, what is active listening? You see, there's a couple who's listening to this and they're wondering, okay, what is active listening? I listen to my husband all the time, paying attention
to your partner's perspectives.
Okay.
Stop wanting them to think like you.
Understanding that we're not the same.
I listen to you as Faith, my wife.
Yeah.
And I try to understand from where you are coming from. I stop wanting to give you solution before you've even finished expressing everything that you're saying. You understand?
Yeah. Because you can like sometimes as women, you know, you come to your husband and you have a problem. Sometimes you're not even looking for a solution, really. You want someone to listen, and then he's busy telling you, go do this, go do that, and you're like, that's not what I wanted.
Yeah.
And that's why most of the time, and also the same way with the women, I think
it's the same way with the
men. Communication, the breakdown is coming from both sides.
Yeah.
From both sides.
And you see, when you're talking now of active communication, it's also asking questions.
You listen and ask questions. Try to understand.
Let me try to stop thinking the way I want to understand it, but the way you'd need me to understand it. So let me ask questions.
So we must learn to ask questions.
Ask questions.
Ask your spouse.
Yes.
Questions.
Ask questions. You know, show curiosity.
Yes.
That what you're saying, I'm interested in.
Yeah, I want to know.
By the way, you said your boss was mean to you. Wow. Why do you think he was mean? Do you have any idea why he was mean? No, I don't know, but that's the way he's been. You mean to say you've been going through this? You know, that opens up the person to be able to even continue sharing because the person feels heard.
Exactly.
Feels
that
seen.
you're actually listening and hearing them.
But many times what do we do? Okay. Just leave that part. You know, you brush it away.
You brush it off.
So the person feels like, I didn't feel heard. I didn't feel understood.
Yeah.
And that creates something that is not very good inside.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And it leads to even a further breakdown of the relationship.
Exactly.
It's when someone is not being heard. So now we've addressed communication is key.
Yeah.
In
communication
intimacy.
is key.
So how can I be, so one, I listen for emotional intimacy. What else can I do for my...
Be honest.
Being honest.
Yeah. Many times couples are not honest.
We are lying to each other.
We'll not call it lying, but we'll say covering the truth.
Oh.
As in, and fear.
I think fear. The reason we lie is because we are afraid, isn't it?
We fear what will he think about? We fear being vulnerable. Remember, I said vulnerability has to be there.
Yeah, in a relationship,
in intimacy, you have to be vulnerable. So we fear being vulnerable because we fear how will he look at me?
Yes.
You know, when he knows this about me, when she knows this, especially when it comes now, but we're going to get there about physical intimacy. You are afraid to speak what you want.
Yes, because what will he think?
So we have to be honest.
Yes.
We have to speak the truth, our feelings, what our needs are.
Yes.
Openly.
Because your needs cannot be met if you're not openly sharing.
And then
what
you'll keep complaining that there is no intimacy.
That's the thing.
But you've not shared what your needs are.
Yeah, because you're afraid.
Yeah, even if it's not on that physical level, it's on the emotional level. You've not shared what you need.
You've not shared.
I need you to put down your phone and listen to me. I need you to give me at least 10 minutes
of your time.
Yeah. And that's what I always tell people, Faith, that if you really want some peace as a man, learn to give your wife her quota. Because she's been out there, she spent 3 quarters. So you are her quota. You have to give her her quota. Just sit down with her, you know. And I always tell the wife, know what the right time to talk to the man.
Very important.
Very right time. Don't jump on him immediately he comes in. Give him time when he has relaxed. Now he's smiling, and you know, then you tell him, you know, I need you. In fact, we always say, we talk like, I need my quota.
Yes.
And because the man knows what it means to you, he'll give it to you. And I always tell men, it doesn't have to be even an hour. It can be 10 minutes, 15, and a woman just pours out and she feels, oh,
she's happy now.
She's happy now.
Then you'll be free to do whatever you want after that. You'll be free to do whatever after you've given her her quota.
Her quota. And so to add on to that, I want to say regular check-ins.
Is it during the day, or what do you mean by that?
What I mean is schedule time to connect and discuss.
Yeah.
Let's say that every day after we come back from work and the children are fed, they're about to go back, before we sleep, before we even pray so that we can sleep, or whatever time is good for you, every day
you must have a chat.
You must have a chat to talk about how was your day?
Yeah.
What are the challenges? What are some of the exciting, interesting things you'd like me to know? Okay. You know, that's what is missing.
That's what is missing, because we let time go by, a lot of time, and then now we are unable to find our way back.
Exactly.
And someone is changing. And I was listening to a podcast, and they were saying, we keep forgetting the man you married 10 years ago has changed.
He's changed. And you've changed too.
And you know, with what you've said, the regular check-ins, I'll be able to know how your needs are evolving.
Exactly. So that I can adapt.
I can adjust accordingly. Yes. Because now I'm treating probably my spouse the same way I treated him 10 years ago. And he's changed. He's changed. He thinks differently.
Exactly.
He's outgrown some things.
Thank you. He has outgrown. You've outgrown.
As well, I've outgrown.
You see, that's why, if I may say, that's why COVID brought about a lot of hard facts for many marriages, that you have become strangers.
Yeah, to each other.
And you can even ask, who's this stranger I'm living with? Actually, I have a video. I said, who's this stranger? Because it forced people, because of the situation, to be together. You know, people live together, yes, but you go to work, and you come back. You don't really have that time. But now you are stuck
the whole
from morning to evening.
7 days a
7
week.
days a week. 30 days a month. And it was how many months? Almost 6 months, right? Imagine. And some went even 1 year.
You can imagine that.
So you can imagine what happened. Yeah. They discovered that. I'm talking like this to assert that, affirm that what you've said is true about the change. People changed, but we don't know. I don't know you've changed your preferences.
Exactly.
I don't know you've changed the way you do. You would like some things done.
Very true.
Because you've discovered something about yourself.
Yeah.
So check-ins are very important.
So it's important, couples. Regular, daily.
It's daily.
Daily check-in with your spouse.
And you know how else we can spice up our communication? Dating.
We need to date our spouses, isn't it?
You are dating. You were dating before you got married.
Yeah.
You'd go for coffee. You'd go for lunch dates.
Yes.
You'd even go for walks.
I'm telling you, and just talk the
And
whole
just
entire
talk.
time.
What happened to the talk? I know children came, bills came in, life happened. But guess what? If those are the things that made you connect,
you must continue to do them.
In order to maintain that connection, those things have to be done.
But now the problem is people get married and then we say, I'll see you in the evening. Okay, I see you every day. Why should I be
I'm
taking
always
you
there
out?
with you. But that's where they make the mistake. And guess what? That creates a loophole for the enemy.
Yeah.
Remember, the Bible says we are not ignorant of the devices of the enemy.
Yes.
So as Christians, we need to be aware that when you create a loophole, when you create a space whereby you are not doing what you ought to do, honey, someone else is going
will come
it.
in.
Oh,
exactly.
Yes. The workplace,
yes.
You know, the community, the society. We have to be careful. Let's stop being like the ostrich. We bury our heads in the sand and the body is outside.
Yeah.
You know, we pretend that there's no danger. The danger is there.
It's
We're living
always
in the
there.
world.
Yes.
We're living in the world. Yeah.
And we must work at our marriages. We must put in the work to maintain the bond, the relationship, the intimacy. It requires work.
Yeah, and it's good work. Imagine.
It's good
this
work.
Is somebody you love.
Yeah.
See kazi ya kuchokesha. Because it's somebody you love.
Yeah.
Somebody you value. Somebody who you hope by the grace of God to spend your life with the rest of your life. So it is a nice thing.
Yeah,
it's a beautiful
and
thing.
It's an investment.
And it's an investment.
Yeah.
But many of us want to withdraw where we've not made investment.
Imagine.
Now that you're talking about investment.
Yeah.
We have what we call emotional bank account. And many of us, our emotional bank's account are empty. You don't put in the nice words.
Yeah.
You don't put the nice gestures. You don't put in any effort.
Nothing.
And yet you expect your marriage to be going on smoothly.
You want your marriage to be working. It should look like your neighbors, which is flourishing. We'll take a short break and we'll be back with intimacy.
All right.
We are having a very interesting conversation with Dr. Kathy. And before the break, we had introduced what intimacy is, and now we want to get to physical intimacy. Yeah. So I know most people, that's the first thing people think about when they hear intimacy. They think about the physical aspect of it. So I'd want us to address that first.
Yes,
so what role does intimacy play in a healthy physical intimacy, play in a healthy relationship?
We have been created as sensual beings. So that physical aspect of intimacy is very important. And in a marriage, we can't actually overemphasize its importance because physical intimacy creates the bond. It's a spiritual and physical connection.
It's spiritual as well.
It's spiritual.
Yes.
Because you see, in that act itself, that's when the Bible says that two become one. It's a bonding. You understand?
Yes.
And so when it is not there, when people don't work at it being something that is consistent and enjoyable, then they miss out on the bonding, the frequency of it, the quality of it.
Quality.
Yes.
I think people don't work on the quality of sex in a marriage.
Yeah.
You know, they just think it's quantity.
It's quantity.
Yeah, that's why we are doing it every day.
That's why you find people complaining about poor sex.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because there is the lack of quality. And when we talk about quality, we have to talk about openness.
Which is, again, it goes back to, you must say what you want.
You must speak your preference.
Yeah.
You must say, I would love you to touch me in this way. Because physical intimacy just doesn't start with the actual act of sex. It involves the cuddling. It involves the holding of hands. You know, physical intimacy begins long before you come now to the bedroom.
To the bedroom,
you know. So it involves touching, cuddling, kissing, holding hands, hugging. That's physical intimacy.
Yes.
But how many couples right now can even say that they kiss on a daily basis?
Even in the morning.
In the morning.
You know, people just wake up, everyone is busy, and everyone walks out.
Yeah, how many?
No physical
holding
contact.
Hands, it's seen as an archaic practice.
Yeah, or
and
for
when people,
the singles who are
people,
dating.
Young people, you'll find that you used to hold hands, you used to hug, you used to cuddle when you're seated in the sofa.
Yeah.
Siku hizi unakuta the man is there, the woman is there.
I know.
You know,
there's a sofa for air. There's a father's kiti ya daddy, kiti ya mommy.
And it's not supposed to be like that. Yeah. It's supposed to be, there is a coach that is known in here, our parents.
They sit here
together. And they cuddle.
Yeah.
You understand? But maybe, Faith, well, let's also not blame our people too much, because it's a culture where we've come from.
Yeah.
But I'm thinking, if we have evolved with so many other things, why can't we also involve in the intimacy, physical intimacy of our marriages? Because we say, hiyo ni mambo ya uzungu. It's a lie.
It's a lie.
Hakuna love ya wazungu na love ya Afrika.
Hakuna.
Or do we have?
And when we start, most of us, when we're starting our marriages, trust me, you start in that one sofa. So what happens? Mkaanza kutafuta, kila mtu wants comfort, different space. We need some space in between us. And probably even the father seat is Nahuko's, and you as a wife, yours is on the other edge. You're not even near each other.
There's a space. And let me tell you, ask a couple, come with your children and stand here. Yeah. What happens?
You see the children.
The children are in the middle. Wrong. But that is what happens. The gap you created, it has to be filled.
It will be filled, but
abhors
a vacuum.
Yeah. So the children come in and fill that space. Yet that is not how it's supposed to be. But that's a topic for another day.
And in the process, so I do think part of the reason physical, I feel like we start off very physically intimate. And then now maybe is it the children that we allow to come in and
we allow them. That's the word,
to bring a separation.
We allow them.
We allow maybe because busyness.
You'll even find, Faith, that I'm a counselor, and I've had so many men complain that sometimes the woman will say they can't have love making. Let's call it love making. That because the children are still awake.
I know, I've heard that.
What is that?
And you must wait for all of them to sleep.
So that means you're saying what we are doing is wrong.
And yet we are married. We are legally, we have the license.
Yes, you are licensed to have intimacy, sexual intimacy.
With your wife
with
or
your
husband.
Wife or husband.
Yes.
So that creates in the man or in the woman a feeling that, so what we are doing is not
wrong.
Right. You understand? And also, indirectly, with the children, you show them that it is not right.
Exactly. So already you are creating a wrong attitude, in mental attitude in your children.
They get a misconception
of
about
what marriage should be and intimacy in marriage.
Exactly. But when, like for example, the Western, let me just give an example. They are used to seeing their parents hug. They used to seeing them kiss. They used to seeing them cuddle.
Yes.
So to them, it's nothing big.
Yes.
You understand? But to us, when did you ever see your parents hug even? Well, I was fortunate enough to see my parents, peck, when they are playful. Not something kawaida. But occasionally I got to witness it. And I also got to witness them calling their pet names. Okay? Yeah. But there are some people who've never seen that with their parents.
Very true.
At all. You understand? So we can't really also blame the generation now because they didn't see it. But we need to know if we're evolving in other things, our marriages also need to evolve.
They need to evolve.
And we stop making excuses about culture.
Yeah, we must, because we are allowing, as you said, we are creating a vacuum in our marriages by allowing other things to separate. Yes. Yeah. And that's where the enemy is coming in.
Yes.
And you find now that I'm not being physically intimate with my husband, then someone else comes outside here who's always hugging you when you get to the office.
And telling you, you're looking so nice.
You're so beautiful. Holding your hands and you're thinking, my husband doesn't do this anymore.
Yeah.
And then that's the point where someone starts to say, we are divorcing, we have physics, we are not connecting anymore, we are not here. And yet we allow the enemy to just come in.
Yeah.
So we must work at ensuring there is physical intimacy in our marriages.
And that's why we need to talk about how to build physical intimacy.
Yes, how do we do
How
that?
do we build it? Number one, you need to build a sense of security in your relationship.
How do I do that?
Because remember we said that many of us are afraid.
Yes.
So how do you build that? By being emotional in your touch. Being intentional.
Very intentional.
When we connect like this, there's something that happens.
Yes.
There's a magic.
A connection.
I'm telling you, I feel you and you feel me.
Yes.
Then I feel secure that I can be able to express what I'm feeling, what I need, because there's already a connection. The touch. We've lost the touch.
So we need to go back to
touch.
Physical
touch. Hugging, cuddling, and kissing.
Exactly. I remember was it a conference I attended, and the minister asked, how many of you kissed your wives in the morning? And
how many were they? 2,
maybe 5 or 3.
Imagine.
Out of a whole room, and they were all married couples. How many of you are very intentional about, before leaving the house, you must kiss your wife and tell her goodbye? Or if the woman is leaving first, whoever leaves first, it must be an intentional thing that you do, whether we are angry, whether we are talking, it's something we must be very intentional.
Very intentional.
So now you said we need to be secure.
Yeah, security. Secure with that when you talk, you'll not be judged.
Yeah.
When you talk, you'll not be misunderstood. And that takes time.
It takes time. And I feel like if we started before getting married, it will be easier.
It will be easier to transition.
But I feel like sometimes when we're dating, people are dating, I have this persona that I don't want you to know about.
Yeah.
Maybe you will leave
we have
me.
masks.
Yeah, I'm afraid you
masks.
will not marry me if you
know that
me.
part of me.
And then we carry that into the marriage.
Yeah.
So you never get to know who you're married to.
Now, that's why when we are doing premarital counseling, we must talk about sex.
Yeah.
Because some people are not virgins. Let's be honest.
It's true.
So that's one question you should ask if you're doing the premarital counseling. Are you virgins?
Yes.
If they are not, then the conversation goes a different way.
They need to work on.
If they are, the conversation goes a different way. Because if you are not, that means you know about styles. You have known about what you like.
You know your
preference. So we need to talk about them.
Yeah.
You need to talk about them with your spouse to be.
Yes.
You need so that if that conversation had started before, it would be easier. Like your spouse should know, I love kissing. I love being kissed in the morning. Or the man would say, I love making love in the morning before I go to
not
work.
in the evening. Yes.
Or the wife would say, me, I love it in the evening. After we've taken our shower, we've done everything before we sleep. You understand?
Yes.
So if you don't talk about these things, then there'll be a lot of misunderstanding.
A lot.
Yeah.
And there will be one person's needs are not being met. Because definitely, either the person who likes it in the morning, if he always gets it in the morning, then the one who likes it in the evening is very unhappy.
Because
their needs are not being met.
So
because she's probably feeling rushed, and she prefers. So the man is happy.
Yeah.
But the wife is like, this is not working for me. And then the process, she stops. She doesn't want to do it.
Doesn't want to do it.
Then
but if they could balance it, that there are times they do it in the morning and there are times they do it in the evening, then things would work out. But couples don't want to make that effort. No
one wants to compromise.
We are so selfish.
Yeah, everyone wants it their way or the highway.
Or the highway. My way or the highway.
If we're not doing it in the morning, we will not do it at all. You see, that's a very wrong attitude.
Yeah.
And it's bringing a lot of disconnect.
A lot.
So we need to be you need to be secure. You need to be able to share your needs openly.
Yeah.
So if, for example, we have been struck, that's our area of struggle. How do we bring up that conversation? How do I start?
Okay. You start by talking about the good things that are happening.
Yeah.
You don't start with the negative.
Unless the person puts up a wall, isn't it?
Yes, now. You start by appreciating the man. I love the way you take care of our family. I love the way you make me feel loved. I love that I feel secure in this marriage.
Yeah.
You work so hard.
Wow.
You are a man who, if I was to marry again, I would still say yes to you.
Wow.
Please, who would?
Hey, even me now, I feel like, yes. What do you want me to do for you now?
Thank you. That's how you start. But many of us, ufanyangi, you are always like this. You don't listen to me. Who will listen to you when you and guess what?
Yeah.
I need to say this. Men, their sexuality is actually talking about their ego. Who they are. So when you attack it,
you're attacking him as a
you're
person.
attacking him as a man. So you have to be very careful
how you bring it up.
So I'm continuing with the conversation. Okay?
Yes.
I want to bring it up. You asked me, how do I bring it up?
Mm.
Now, this is not a one size fits all, because not all marriages are not the same.
Yes.
You need to know how to approach your husband or your wife so that this conversation will go smoothly. Many times it will backfire.
Yeah.
But if people really want to work on your marriage, somehow the Holy Spirit will help break down the barriers. So after you've said all the good stuff, the man is now willing to listen to
whatever
exactly
else you
what
might
is
say.
it. So you say, I love the way you hold me when we are making love.
Yes.
Don't begin with, I don't like this.
By the end, I like what you're saying.
Exactly.
Because already he's open. He's already opened himself up.
So, you like it? Yeah, I love the way
now
you
that
hold.
time
I feel so safe. Ego in a structure. Yeah. And baby, I've been thinking that, don't you think we can spice it up?
Yeah.
He's
like,
now,
how?
Yeah.
What do you think you are?
Now you bring it on.
Yes.
Don't start saying of how I've never even had an orgasm.
Yeah.
You only come, and once you ejaculate, you're
off. Yeah.
Now that man, your
He's
conversation.
already shut down.
He will
shut down
and he'll not listen to you at all. So you see now, you have to build it. It's a building.
Yeah.
Block by block, brick by brick. And for example, if you hit a wall when you're already saying, oh, I love this, and then he's kind of negative, you leave it at that.
Yeah.
You just say, I just wanted you to know that.
Yeah.
Then another day will come.
You just, again,
it's
you
a block
build
by block by block. Before you know it, Faith.
Yeah.
Things will have to. Let me give you an example. We need to be careful. That's why I said this size doesn't work for everybody. You need to be careful who your husband is, the kind of man he is, or the kind of wife you have. Why? Let me give an example of how this can also backfire.
Yes.
This woman, they went for a conference, 3-day conference, and marriage intimacy was one of sexual intimacy. They were taught about the styles. I believe we'll come to that, the styles and how to blah 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 blah. Oh, she was interested. And she said, oh, nice. They said that's the way you'll bring back the fire.
Yeah.
And she was eager to bring back the fire in her marriage. So when she went back, she started an experiment. She said, husband, why don't we try this? Why don't we try this? The man was excited. This is nice. Because before she was very timid. Yeah. Very, reserved. Yeah. And we do appreciate such people. So it went on for 1 month, 2 months. The husband was very excited, on top of the world. Yeah. Then the devil came in. And the man, Faith, poor woman, he came and asked, I want you to tell me, where did you learn these things? Because, by the way, she had told him, these things we were told in the seminar. Yeah. So she came back. I want you to tell me, these things are good, but where did you learn these things? Yeah, you must have learned them You must have practiced them before you came to practice. Yeah, that's My dear, that thing went on and on, months. And unfortunately, to say that they had to divorce. The man couldn't stomach it. His insecurities. Yeah. His insecurities, and the devil entered through his insecurities. So that's why I said it's not one size fits all. Yeah. Be careful. If you have an insecure spouse, if you have a man who's already having low self-esteem, you have to be very careful how you apply some of these things we talk about. Yeah. Very true. Yeah. Hey, okay. Thank you. We have not finished this topic and we're already out of time. So please join us next week as we continue with this conversation. My name is Faith. Thank you, Dr. Kathy, for joining us. You're welcome. It's my pleasure. Thank you. Bye-bye.